When we're adding and subtracting polynomials, we are basically just combining their like terms. To add them, you can just combine them together, or if you're subtracting them, you just have to keep track of your minus signs. But really all we have to do is combine the like terms. So the first one that I have here, this is a subtraction problem. And the only trick here really is keeping track of this minus sign. So remember, when we have a minus minus that gives us a plus, that just means that this sign is going to change into a negative. Here I'm subtracting a negative, so this would be a plus. And here I'm also subtracting a negative, so this would be a plus also. So what I like to do is just write the signs up here to keep track of them, and then that way I don't make any mistakes with my minus signs. So from here, I'm just combining like terms. This is an a to the fifth term, this is an a to the fifth. So I can add these together, 12 and 2a to the fifth. That would give me 14a to the fifth. Next I see this a to the fourth, and there's no other a to the fourth to combine, so this is just going to come down. 14a to the fourth. Next I see this a to the third, and again there's no other a to the third here to combine with that, so that's just going to come down also, that negative 10a to the third. And then the last one, this is an a term, and this is also an a term, so I can combine these. This one's negative 6, this one's negative 10. Those combine to give us negative 16a. So this is going to be our answer here. And the tricky part is really just keeping track of those negative signs, because the negative negative is going to flip on us. Let's do another one. So this one's even trickier now because I've thrown in some fractions into this one. So let's go ahead and add these together. This one is an addition problem, so I don't have to change any of these signs here. We're just going to leave them how they are. Let's start by looking at, this is x to the third, this is x to the third, so I can add those. This one's negative 4 thirds plus 1 third. That's going to give me negative 3 thirds x to the third, and that's actually going to reduce, if I divide 3 divided by 3, that would reduce to just a 1, a negative 1. For the next term, this is x, and this is x, so these are like terms I could combine. Negative 1/6 x, negative 3/6 x, that's going to give me negative 4 over 6x. So just got to be careful there with our fractions. For the last one, so this is a little tricky, we cannot really add these together. This 1/4 and the 2/3, these are different denominators, so I first have to make them have common denominators. The easiest way to do that is just look at the number on the bottom here. This is a 3, so I would multiply that over here, 3 over 3. And the number over here on the bottom, the denominator, is a 4, so just multiply that over here, 4 over 4. And then we can multiply these together. So 1 times 3 is 3. 4 times 3 is 12. And for this fraction over here, 2 times 4 is 8. On the bottom, 3 times 4 is 12. So that's basically it. We're going to go ahead and clean this up a little bit because these 3's are going to cancel with each other. That'll just give us negative x to the third. This one I can reduce, 4 over 6. That would reduce to negative 2/3 x. And these I can add these together, right? 3 plus 8, that's going to give us 11 over 12. All right, so that's pretty much it. All right, so on this one, I tried to pick a hard one for you. I said difficulty level ultra. What's the sum of the polynomial shown? So this one, we have kind of 3 things that are being added to each other. This is a plus, this is a plus. So we're just adding these, which means we don't have to change any of the signs. But the first thing we want to do is just look at what actually are like terms here. This has a v squared, this has a v squared, and this has a v squared. So we could start by adding all of these together. Negative 9 plus 1v squared minus 1v squared. Really, these are just going to cancel because they're opposites. So this is just going to give us a negative 9v squared for those. Next, let's look at the UV term. So this has UV, this one has UV. We can combine these together, right? Negative 2 and 4, putting those together is just going to give us plus 2 UV. And then the last two, it looks like we can't really combine these. This is a U term, this is a U squared, so we really can't combine those. I'm just going to bring those down. This would be negative 2U squared, and this would be negative 8U. So again, can't combine these, they're different terms. This is a U squared, that one's a U, you can't put them together. All right, that's pretty much it.